channel. It's Josh, again here with Serophots. Say hi, Serophots.
Hello.
Today we are going to be doing a quick video looking at some screenshots of the Fenix A320 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So the Fenix A320 is going to be in IAE and CFM, I believe, or is it just going to be IAE or just CFM? Have you heard
I
any
think
other?
it'll be both,
Both?
and they're only doing this CO variant initially.
Yes. Okay. So they're just doing the CEO variant. So they have the CFM 56, I believe it is the engine type, right?
AFM.
All right.
Yep.
And the IAE, I don't remember if there's a number attached to that.
No idea.
Basically, the long and skinny, and the trunk engine. I call the CFM because I love the CFM. My favorite. Anyway.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anyway, let's get right into the video. So, first thing we're going to take a look at here is some cockpit pictures. So this is showing the auto brake system here. Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my God, there's so much
I know, right?
detail.
Yeah, you can see all of like the scratches on it. Um, it's a lot of
Definitely shows its
indents.
usage
Exactly.
because the CEO aircraft are quite old at this stage.
Yes, they are.
So I think they're trying to replicate that, as you can obviously see with this detail,
Hmm.
heavy usage,
The
quite dirty.
texturing on the switch there is ridiculous. Well, when I mean ridiculous, I mean like ridiculously good.
Indeed. I feel like this is going to be FS Labs, but with
But
good texturing
yeah,
and in MSFS.
yeah.
It's just going to be so good.
I think this might outdo FS Labs if it has better, or if it has a good ground crew interface.
You can see on the right you've got a little bit, I don't know, it's the medium auto brake is different to the left auto brake.
Oh yes, you
The low.
can.
I, that's lots of good detail there. I don't really know how to explain it.
Neither. It's it's beyond words, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, if we take a look at the screens here, so that's the MFD right there. You can see all of like specks of dirt and stuff you have on there, and grime and stuff like that. You can see a little
Yeah.
bit of writing there. Not much to really figure out what it's saying. Oh wait, no, that's the ECAM. Sorry, that would explain it.
Yes. That's
Um, but yeah, so we have a little bit of the ECAM there, and on there's the MFD here, or the nav display. That also has a lot of texturing. You can somewhat see the heading indicators there.
The text above each switch, like where it says anti-skid and nose wheel steering, you
Yes,
can see how it's
it's
kind of
actually
that's weathered as
indented.
well.
Yeah, it looks
And it's
indented
actually
as.
indented. That's really impressive
Yeah,
too.
I don't know
And
how they do this.
it's not completely white. It's like dirty and dirty kind of
Yeah,
white in
it's kind
some
of like an
places.
off-white, yellow type. Wow,
And oh, the light, you can see how it comes from three LEDs and
the
is a bit,
light.
it's
You
dimmer in the
can
corners.
in the. That is
That is so cool.
amazing. I cannot wait for this. All right, now let's we can look down here a little bit. The shadows, impeccable.
Definitely. All of
Again,
it
you
really
can
good.
see the indentation in the writing here.
And that indentation should have loads of effect even on like lights, how light interacts with the text. It's gonna
Hmm.
be great.
That is amazing. All right, let's move on to the next one here. All right, so here we have the FCU. Wow. Again, beyond words. Um,
Um,
you can see the indentation in the range selector.
Even just like the line which kind of shows which way it's pointing is indented there.
Yeah, that's what I mean there. It's look, it's
Yeah.
just it's amazing. You can see all the lines here as well.
And all the scratches are indented. They're not just drawn on.
Hmm.
It's really impressive work that they're
That is
doing here.
incredibly impressive. Yeah. Again, great texturing on here. It looks a little shiny.
It
I
does.
don't
I
know
don't
if
know where
that.
that light's coming
Yeah,
from.
I don't know if it should. I meant more meant on the side here. It looks a little shiny. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. It could be like that, and I'm just wrong. Um, but again,
What is that? The
everything,
VOR switch? Yeah, I don't know.
the EDF and VOR switch. Anyway, if we take a look at this, is more the FCU panel here. Um, again, everything is modeled, everything is textured, indented here. You can see some of the paint getting worn away on the switch because obviously this switch especially is um, going to be used a lot. Um, Same with the heading switch here.
I don't think we've seen anything like this in
I don't
Flight Sim before.
I don't think we have. This is probably the best texturing and best looking cockpit I've ever seen, without a doubt.
Definitely. It's
Much, I
amazing.
will give it much better than FS Labs.
Easily.
Yeah,
FS Lab doesn't really compete. Wow.
you know I love FS Labs. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite A320 for the sim. But this is definitely going to become a competitor.
Definitely.
I can.
This leaves me wondering how it's going to handle with performance, because
That
these
is a good point.
models,
These models
like,
might be incredibly demanding.
yeah,
We don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, you can see more indentation on the auto throttle. I don't. That looks a
button.
little overdone there.
Yeah, you don't really click the auto throttle button at all. It turns on automatically with
Yeah.
the AP, and that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But
I don't know.
and
Maybe it could just
again, with
be. And the localizer button here doesn't seem to be pressed at all.
and that's used a lot more than the
Yeah.
auto throttle would ever be. Also, on the
Huh.
right, there's the X bed button. I've never actually used that in this 320, but it looks
Neither.
really battered up. I've never touched that once,
Neither.
so I
I.
can't
To be
foresee
honest,
why
I
not.
don't even know what it does.
No, neither.
All right. Interesting. Well, they might have some work to do on that. And of course, the autopilot button here does not look as pressed as auto throttle, but we'll go with it.
Yeah,
The text or the text here looks very nice. Of course, it is MSFS. The text especially is going to be hard to look bad, but
yeah. The light level, like it's so dim, which is how it is, in the cockpit when you haven't turned the brightness up yet,
mm-hmm.
which is very uh one accurate, and two, it just looks really good how dim it is. It doesn't look too dim, it doesn't look too bright.
Yeah,
I think that's probably helped by MSFS HDR.
I'm sure. Again,
More
here with
detail.
the altitude select switch, very heavily
And that's
used, but that
two-part
doesn't.
knob there, which is shown.
Yeah, you can.
There's a little bit at the base.
Yeah, that looks great. I cannot wait for this. I'm buying this the moment it comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing they did say is that they promise that the price is going to be palatable
Re- Yeah,
or reasonable. Yeah, that's better. Um, of course, getting um, the oh, my camera fell. Ha. Anyway, sorry about that. Um, of
this is
course,
really impressive.
yeah, it is.
It just shows like they don't need to make it this good. They just
They just
are
want
doing it
to.
regardless. Yeah, it says a lot about Phoenix, the developers, who have lots of experience in flight sim, I think.
Do they? I haven't.
Yeah, I think
Not in
they.
developing. I don't think they do.
I don't think they've done anything hugely commercial, but I'm pretty sure I heard that they've been in the community looking at things.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know if some of them are like ex PNDG or something.
Maybe I don't know. ADF and VOR again. That looks great. Anyway, let's move on to the next screenshot.
Wait.
Oh, going
I think
back.
even the screws on the panel, they're like different directions. Like, look on that screw, it's sideways, and then look at the other screw. Yeah. I mean, just even that detail, having the screws different
That by itself
directions.
is incredible. Wow,
And the gap between the panels is indented properly.
it is.
It's it's great. Okay.
Sheesh. All right, let's move on.
It's
All right.
gonna be such a long video.
Yeah, 30 minutes later. All right. First thing I notice is the indentation of the keys here.
All of these switches and how the text, sorry,
It's
wraps
pixel
like into it.
and it's pixelated. It's pixelated.
Yes.
Oh wow, they added pixels on pixels. Quite
Oh
literally.
my god. Yeah.
They pixelized pixels. Wow. And you can see it worn away. You can see it worn away here.
Green slime. Wonder where that came from.
Yeah, that's a little disgusting. Um,
Uh, Even like where the buttons kind of slot into the panel, there's a gap there around the edge of the buttons.
yeah, there is.
It's masterful work.
It is absolutely amazing. And again, texturing is incredible. The indentation on the switches, on
So
the
there's the
text.
Ecam brightness switches there.
Yeah. Huh.
Which are they in the correct position? Hmm.
What do you mean? Are they
I'm
in the correct position? Yeah,
Well, in
they're.
the earlier screenshots, the Ecam was really dim. Whatever.
Now, do keep in
What?
mind that it was at an odd angle. Okay, here we go. That's better, brightness wise. Now,
Oh
this
yeah,
is one of their earlier screenshots, so I don't know if this looks as good. It still looks magnificent,
the
but
return of the green stuff there.
what was that?
FS Lab says there's some more green stuff. I think it must be green a bit under the paint because FS Labs is this like in sorry in next to the speed brake. FS Labs has similar greenness. I think it's probably
Yes,
under the
because it's
paint
the
it's
primer,
green.
and
Oh
then
yes,
the
yeah,
eight grays painted over it. It should be that would make sense. So I do with my models, and because
this
I know that's what
screenshot
they do externally.
indeed yes yes. This screenshot was posted with a caption saying that there's a hidden feature they've added to look for here. I'm not sure if I can see it. Those are messages to the beta developers, jokes, I think.
To the what?
They're just jokes to the beta testers.
Oh, okay. To the
I've
yeah,
read
to the beta testers. There's a hidden
great
feature
detail
in
on
here.
them. Or like a hidden thing they've added. I
Look at
don't.
the
Wow. The seatbelt is
the
just.
seatbelt's down,
Wow.
and that's modeled. It's textured as well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There must be so many things that the developers have put effort into that people will never see or appreciate.
Yeah, which is a shame. But I tell you, the day that this comes out, I'm probably not flying it for a week or two. I'm just gonna be looking at all of the different.
Exploring it.
Exactly. Wow.